Greetings. Welcome to week 10 for our analytical writing class, focusing on medicine and literature. A few quick announcements for this week. First, please look at my feedback and your classmates' feedback from last week on your essay outlines. So if you go back into week 9 and open up your discussion post where you posted your your essay outline, you will see that I and your classmates have posted some feedback. Thank you guys for participating this week. I just want to show you what I did is I tried to kind of quote what you had written and then posted my feedback in bold to kind of give you like responses to each thing that you. This is loading. To give you specific feedback on your topic sentences, your quotations, your whatever you had written here. Just gonna open. Yeah, here we go. So again, I gave feedback in bold. So please take that into consideration. The whole point of having you guys post your essays and then respond to one another, or post your essay outlines and then respond to one another, is so that you can take this feedback into consideration when you actually go to write your final draft. So everything I'm writing here is really meant to guide you towards an A paper. So please take my feedback into consideration, and please take your classmates' feedback into consideration. I wanted to single out Ruth here as kind of a good example of what feedback could look like, should look like, because again, I want to encourage you to both, say something constructive or something that the author could do a little bit better, maybe, or something differently, but then also try to be positive in your feedback. So here Ruth says, I think you should include instances in which these medications didn't help as a counter argument. Again, thinking about a counter argument, or the group of people for which the medications or treatment might not work for. But then also, maintaining positivity. Overall, I really like what you're writing about because it's all new to me. So just kind of a model of what good feedback should look like, I think. The other thing I want to do here is just walk you through what I'd like you to do this week. This week we are focusing on Leslie Feinberg's essay, I Can't Afford to Get Sick, which is posted, let's see. Yeah, the PDF is here. I posted a video lecture, kind of introducing the text and going over it a little bit. The study guide is still here. And again, what I did is I took this study guide and basically turned it into a discussion post. So you can post your answers here on the discussion post. If you click on Feinberg study guide, sorry, my internet is a little bit slow right now. But like last week, I think most people were able to figure this out last week, that you can just open this and click on create thread, and then it'll start your it'll allow you to post your answers there. While that's loading, maybe I will jump ahead. The second, basically, you have 3 things due this week. If you look back over here, you have 2 discussion posts due by Wednesday evening. You also have a quiz due. And then the final thing, so I guess really 4 things. The final thing I'd like you to do is reply to your classmates by the end of the day on Friday. Again, most of you were able to do that this week, so thank you. But for this week, it's going to be particularly important that you do that because this is kind of an activity I wish we would have been able to do in class. It works better, I think, when we're all together in person. Yeah. So, which is this counter argument activity. So basically, what I'd like you to do is post the introduction to your essay on this discussion board. Just give me the first paragraph. Make sure it includes your thesis. Make sure your argument is kind of fleshed out. Go back, look at my feedback, look at the feedback from your classmates. Make sure your intro is really strong and clearly introduces what it is you're saying in your paper. And post that there. And then after Wednesday at midnight, when this is due, I want you to go back onto Blackboard and respond to two of your classmates. And basically, I want you to try to pitch 5 counter arguments to each author by the end of the day on Friday. So, to give you an example, well, yeah, I don't want to open this back up, but whatever your author is kind of arguing, you want to try to pretend that you are disagreeing with them. What would you say if you were to disagree? Um, uh, so I hope that makes sense. And again, this activity will give you some ideas for how to incorporate potential counter arguments into your essay, which is something I'm going to be grading you on. So this is really meant to help improve your paper. In my feedback this week, I tried to propose some counter arguments to people. But this is an opportunity for you to kind of help your classmates brainstorm other counter arguments they should be thinking about. And then the quiz this week is on commonly confused words. You can use section L4 in your Little Seagull handbook to help with the quiz. I hope that should be a pretty easy one for folks, but please don't forget to do it by Wednesday at midnight. Yeah, I think that's it for this week. Just to give you guys a sense of what's happening next week, to keep your eye on some of these deadlines. Next week, your research essay is due, so that's going to be due on the 8th, and we're also going to be starting the film review unit, which I will explain in more detail next week. But again, I was overall very pleased with the outlines that you guys posted. It sounds like a lot of you have a good sense of what you want to do with your paper and how you want to write it. Seems like a lot of you even have your research together and know which quotes you're going to use. So I think the last step here is to just go about writing it. So I hope you're able to at least get started on that this week and have it done by next week on the 8th. All right. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns. And I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with this week. Thanks.